Hey, huh? Good morning, everybody. Hi, it's Monday.
Monday, Monday, Monday.
Monday. I had a good weekend. I worked all weekend, but I had a good weekend. I'm super proud of myself. Which is, I know it sounds horrible, but I am super proud of myself. I worked really
Yeah,
hard. I
you
worked
did a
really
lot
hard this
of
last month, and
lot
and
of
it,
sales, didn't you?
yeah, I had 13. And
Woo.
most of them were on Saturday, man. It just started popping, and it did not quit.
Nice.
Just just started popping and didn't quit, so I was happy with that. I almost feel bad, like, leaving my packages outside because I'm thinking, "Maybe I need to go out there and help her with those." But she probably won't even be here until after the show, so I'm gonna keep an eye out for her. I'm gonna, actually, I think I might, uh put a card in case she misses me or I miss her. I might put a card with my number in it. And so tell her, put this number in your phone. If you come and I have lots of packages, I'll come out and help you scan. I don't want her to have to do it by herself. That's hard. She's gotta, you know, fumble with everything. And we still got snow falling, so there's
Good
that.
grief.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's been real spring here for a couple of weeks.
Oh, I wish we had spring. I wish. It snowed yesterday morning, it snowed the day before that. Yesterday morning, it was actually very pretty, though. It was like it had, uh it was freezing rain, and then but it wasn't real bad, it was kinda warm, and then it snowed on top of that, and so it, made everything look like a winter wonderland, you
Yeah.
know? It's so pretty when it does that. Oh, it's 60. That's nice.
Yeah, we're supposed to get rain this afternoon.
Yeah,
Evening, all night. God, probably keep me awake.
it's not super cold outside or anything, but it's a little bit cold, and there's snow. Hi, Mr. Sadie and Lag and Bump Crack.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. So it's a good morning. I went out to the garden
Oh, good.
and 18 days, 18 after I planted the squash seeds, I have
Uh-huh.
squash seedlings coming out of the ground.
Woo!
It's not supposed to take that long for them to germinate and pop out like that. 18 days. Oh my God. You won't
Yeah,
be planting squash for another 2 weeks.
see that pink in the middle? That's a mix.
Good grief. Yuck.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you live up there and I don't. Oh,
Yeah. This is that this is that coffee cup that the kids got me. This says Taurus on it. It's got the sign. And
the
then
bull.
on the inside it has the sign. It's really cute. It's pink. I like pink.
So you're a Taurus?
Ah, May 12th.
Wonder, I wonder if that's a good match for Sagittarius. I'm a Sagittarius. We
Yeah.
must be compatible because we're pretty good friends here.
Yeah, maybe.
I like you, and you might like me. I don't know if you
I,
do or
I
not.
like you all right.
It's
We had a friend on the porch last night.
a
Um,
friend.
I I I only slept 4 hours yesterday, and
Ooh,
um, I got up at 10 like usual, And I'm like, I was really thinking about going back to bed, man. I was really, really mowing it over my head, but uh, I ended up getting up, starting to get stuff done. I got to get some cleaning done around the house and all that. And I go to I, I smoke out I smoke out of uh my storm door. It's got a screen in it, and I even like I I moved the screen so that I can pop my cigarette butts outside. But I usually have that storm door closed. It's like a screen door, but it's got
Mm-hmm.
glass in it too. Um, so I opened the door and the light was off. The porch light was off, and but I seen something, and so I automatically closed the door and closed the storm door, and because it was open, and I turned on the porch light, and my cat was already over there in front of the door, and he was fixing to try to go outside, and he there was a huge possum on the porch, and it was like he was not even scared of me, not even a bit. I had to shoo him off. I had to tell him, "Go on, get out of here," and I
They
was yelling
don't.
at him and stuff. But I like screamed, but my voice went all weird. I went, "Ah!" I do that a little bit, lag. I got a little bit here and there. Um, I bits go in the back pocket until the end of the day. Then I count the damage and throw them away. Your bits,
That's weird. Never heard of anybody doing that.
your
Did you ever
butts.
light your ass on fire?
Oh,
Like
your
stick
butts.
one in there? Stick one in there that wasn't completely extinguished? My
uh,
biscuits are burning. Remember that Roger Rabbit where
I have burned my own ass before,
uh,
but it was because I was smoking on the pot, and I went to throw my cigarette butt behind my butt, and I burned my
into the
own
ground?
ass, and
Oh
I
my
had
lord.
a burn and a blister on there
Ouch.
for a little bit. Yeah, it was like very owie. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna be doing
Yeah,
that
that
anymore.
would. What's that movie where they're putting out cigarette butts on their hands?
On their hands.
Yeah, some
I,
guy's showing how tough they are, and he takes his lit cigarette and puts it out in the palm of his hand. I don't remember.
mm, I like to flick my cigarette butts. That's my favorite. Like as far as
That's how you light
I
your
have it,
ass.
but you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah,
That's
it's
how you light your ass, light your
like a
gas.
pilot light for farts. Yeah.
That sounds like that sounds like stupid shit when you're young. Stuff that
Yeah.
you do when you're young. I'm not like that anymore.
What's
I
that?
mean, I still have my young side, but and I'm kind of immature in ways, but on the other part of it, I'm like, I don't need to be hurting myself any more than I'm already hurting, you know?
Yeah, it's like that Jackass movie.
Yeah, I
Just
can't
stupid stuff.
I can't do it. I used to do that kind of shit when I was young. I remember I remember uh sneaking into places to go swimming, to go skinny dipping in the middle of the night, into people's backyards. Valerie had a house, and we lived. I think we lived with her at that time, but she had a house in town, and her next door neighbors had a swimming pool, and we went over there and went skinny dipping in the pool, like in the middle of the night. It was like it was like a drinking thing, like you get a little bit of alcohol in your system, and you get very daring. You're like, it's no big deal, just gotta go swimming. But yeah, I mean, we had to like take the boards off the fence in the backyard to get into their yard. So we like literally we we literally broke in. So we could have got in trouble.
Well, I had my garage sale this weekend.
Yeah, how'd that go?
It went pretty good. It's so funny to watch the kids. They come there with their parents, and they all pile out of their vehicle, and
Mhm.
such a difference between some kids. Some kids are very respectful, yes sir, no sir, and how much is this little piece of jewelry? Oh, you take it, it's yours. And then there's the kids who have to touch everything,
Mhm.
and they do.
Oh yeah.
And one kid picked up a baseball bat yesterday, and he's talking real loud, chubby boy, and he was swinging it, and then when he got to set it down, he just kind of threw it at the pile of bats, and of course it clanked off the other bats and everything. He didn't expect it would make that much racket, and he looked up at his dad like, "Uh-oh," and his dad said, "You know better than to throw baseball bats." The, and then his little sister chimed in, "Yeah, and it's not even your baseball bat."
Oh my goodness.
They're so funny, kids. And Gwen feeds the neighborhood cats, and we got one that cat was here when we moved here 16 years ago.
Mhm.
And it's like Skeletor the cat. It's just like
Right.
skin and bones, and just barely can hardly see.
Oh my gosh.
And every little kid had to either try to pet it, or it doesn't go very far because I think it's afraid to go too far.
Yeah.
It knows where its food and water is.
Right.
So every kid tried to touch that cat, and I swear every single kid had to say, "Man, that cat's skinny." And it is. It's just fur and bones. That's about it.
Oh my gosh.
Um, but yeah, man, I'm still tired. It's a lot of work putting on a garage sale.
Yeah, did you get anything good on Friday?
I did.
You did?
I, I got the 4-door little Avenger car out, and I filled the trunk, and I filled halfway up the back seat and halfway up the passenger seat. I could have gotten a little more stuff, but around 1 o'clock I was done. I had been to like 20 garage sales,
Wow.
and I got some really good stuff. I spent like
Oh,
$300, but
that's not bad.
I swear I've got $2,000 worth of inventory to list.
Wow.
Um, then Saturday, because we were so wrecked up in the house with getting our flooring done,
Mhm.
I didn't have time to go dig through my death pile and get out all that I wanted to sell. So I probably would have done better than I did, but I just ran out of time, ran out of room
Yeah.
to put stuff, go get stuff and put it out.
Well, can you have another one?
Uh, yeah, but I don't, because that's when people come to our sales,
Oh,
is that one weekend.
you can't get people to come any other weekend than that?
You can, but it's not near as good or steady, and
Oh,
I don't want
oh,
to do all the work of a garage sale just to have a marginal sale.
right. It is a lot of work, and you know,
So I
it,
sold $460 worth of death pile stuff.
good,
Yep.
good. So you sold that much, and then you spent 300. So
Yeah. For the weekend, I'm 160 ahead, but I
yeah.
got so much good stuff to list.
Oh, that's good.
But anyway, I got a video. You want to watch the video?
Sure.
Let's see. Linkerson.
So do your floors look nice?
Yeah, I like them.
Good. The lady of the house is happy.
No, I didn't end up with more than I started. My poor trash, my poor trash company. I feel, I got two of those big rollout trash cans.
Right.
Not the medium big ones, the really big ones that they pick up with those
Oh
forks,
yeah, the claw. Yeah.
and those are both of them are overfull with just stuff. And the there's more trash to go, and they don't pick up till tomorrow.
So what? So is that what you do with your stuff that you can't sell,
Uh,
or did you put it back in the house?
about thirds. About a third of it went in the garbage. About a third of it back in the house, and the other third I will take and donate to the Lutheran ministries so that they can
Oh,
put it
that's
in the
good.
rummage sale.
Morning, Mike.
So
Well,
I
that's good.
cleared out a little room here and there in my piles. So there's the link to my video about the garage sale.
Yeah, I can't do anything with it.
So
Yeah, I basically,
hit that and save it until later to watch.
yeah.
Is it not coming up when you hit the link?
Well, it's up, but I can't do anything with it myself. Like, I can't copy and paste it into another window or anything like that. So I'll go to your channel later and watch it.
Yeah, I actually made a after the video I made another little sale, so I hit like 460.
That's good.
So
Did you buy any jewelry this weekend?
I bought a little bit.
Good.
Wasn't worth it. I got
No.
out of like 4 little bags of jewelry. I got 2 pieces of sterling,
Good.
this little necklace, and a little pendant cross.
Hmm.
What are those stones with the little
That's amber.
orange
Right.
glistening
Looks like amber.
amber? I don't know if it's amber or not. I hate to call something amber if it's not amber.
Or what is that?
Citrine.
citrine, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Looks like it's got little flakes of gold or something shiny on the inside of them. But I think it's natural stones. I don't know.
Oh, it's pretty. I think it'll sell. There's people that buy those.
Yeah, I could see the 925 peeking out of the little bag at me. She had bags of jewelry for $1, so I was like, I grabbed about 5 bags.
Yeah.
They were little bags, but so for about $5, I got those 2 pieces of sterling and some more costume jewelry to put in my next year's garage sale.
But you know that costume jewelry, some of that does really well too.
Yeah, there were 2 or 3 that had name brands on them
Good.
that.
Good. You know, there's I mean, just to throw a couple out there, there's what is it called? Cora Cora.
Yeah, Cora.
There's a longer name, Duet or something. Cora Duet or something like that. But it's Cora. It's the same. It's the same thing. Um, but I actually have a piece that says Cora, the whole name. Um, and then there's Tafari and Monet and Listener. Um, what else? Avon. Um, that PD. That's Premier Designs. Um, yeah, there's quite a few, and there's way more than that, but there's quite a few big name brands for the costume jewelry that'll sell. Um, and even if you find stuff that is like mall brand, that stuff sells too.
Yeah.
I mean, not for huge amounts of money or anything, but I can get $15 for a necklace, you know, if it's signed. So yeah, there's hundreds. Yeah, you're right, Mike. There is.
Glad you're gonna go to my yard sale and touch everything. I mean, it's scary when the little kids pick up kitchen knives and swing them
Oh my
around, and
God.
their parents are just looking at them like
And you're like,
that's
hello, are
okay.
you paying attention, Dad?
Yeah. And baseball bats, kids are picking those up and swinging them, and the
Oh
tennis
my
rackets,
God.
they were banging those around, and the golf clubs, people were taking golf clubs out onto the lawn and making swings and stuff. It was like, dang, somebody's going to get hurt at my garage sale. It's a good thing I got homeowners insurance.
Yeah, really. You know what? All that.
And they still had one end of my block. They're working on the street. Finally, we lived here 15, 16 years. And the street, 90 degrees from ours, has cha-ching.
Get it.
The street 90 degrees to ours has needed major repair ever since we've lived here. And they're finally doing it.
Oh, wow.
Cool. I sold a cool item. You see it?
You gotta yell at him. Hey, you little bastard, put that steak knife down. Sword
Yeah,
fighting with golf clubs. Yeah, that's gonna leave a mark.
that's going to leave a big mark. Here, I'll screen share what I just sold. It's really cool. I
Okay.
think it's cool. What the heck?
Oh, come on.
Somebody
Wait,
made an offer. somebody made an offer for this, and I sent them a counter offer, and then 5 minutes later now, somebody bought it for full price.
Oh, that's awesome.
Good grief, that's weird.
You like when that happens, right?
What the heck? There
That
must
is
have been
weird.
there must have been more than one person watching it, and then when they saw that I got a bid or
Mm-hmm.
a offer on it, they decided I better get this now.
Yeah.
Um, they they bought it out from under them. And now I'm going to get a message from that other buyer saying, "Is this still available?"
I
Okay,
had somebody ask me if I had something available that I sold a long time ago, like a year ago. What is it? Rainbow Division Veterans. What is
this
it? A
is
manual or something?
this is a book from the 11th reunion. The Rainbow Division, the 42nd Rainbow was a division in World War One.
Wow.
So World War One ended in 1918, I think. And this is the 11th annual reunion in Baltimore,
Nice.
July 1929. So this book is 94 years old. And so it's got stories about, it's got
That's
welcoming.
neat.
Look at the uniforms here.
Mm-hmm. That's neat.
I just thought it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
General C.P. Summerall. I guess he was one of the generals.
Yeah.
There's the World War One memorial in Baltimore. Sideways.
Yeah. Mike says, I really enjoy when the person messages you after they tried to chip you down. Uh, that's why I wonder if offers push your items higher in the search. It has been said that it does. But I mean, you never know. Like, unless you do experiments yourself, you never know what's going on with that. That's a really cool piece, Todd.
It is. There's some really cool advertising. One of the ads was like 1 millionth Frigidaire refrigerator sold.
Hmm.
And how many millions of refrigerators has Frigidaire sold since then?
Huh.
1 million sold. Most
Yeah.
people still used ice boxes
Mm-hmm.
until after World War II. I mean, a refrigerator was a luxury in 1929.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a cool piece.
Now it was probably what, $12 or something?
I don't know. They weren't. I mean, they were
I mean,
expensive for the day. Of course, $12 back then would probably buy you a new car almost.
that's right after the Depression, right? So people didn't have money.
No, it was before the Depression. The crash happened in 29. So that very same year, the stock
Twen-
market crashed.
Oh, was it 29?
Yeah, I think so.
I didn't think it was that late. I thought it was like 22 or something.
No, it wasn't that far back. Let's see, what else did
Okay.
I sell?
Well, I think you would know. You were a teacher.
Sold some,
Nice.
sold a pack. Uh,
What's an ice box? Lag says. It's
well,
a
it's a It's a
Box.
box, and you bought ice from the ice company like once a week, and you put a block of
Yeah.
ice in the box, and it kept your food kind of refrigerated. I finally sold
Like,
this game of I had this game 3 years,
oh wow.
and it
Risk.
finally sold
Yeah.
yesterday.
I don't do board games anymore. I got
That
out of
was
that.
that was long time. Yeah,
I
I don't
dodged that
care
bullet.
for
Yeah, that's why I was trying to get at Mr. Sadie. He was there. He would know.
them. And a week ago Sunday, I bought this nail gun at the auction.
Right?
I
That's
paid
that's the
70
more
for it,
expensive
and it
one,
sold for 250 plus
right? That was the
with
more expensive one.
I put free shipping on it. Yeah. No, I already sold that one. This
Well,
is a
didn't you
different one.
have two like at the same time?
Yeah, that was like 4 weeks ago.
Okay.
And they
Hmm.
sold this to me for $70. I said, yes, please.
At Texas Val. Yeah, the ice would melt lag, but they had to they kept it in the box and then they went in there only to get, stuff out and tried to be fast about it because the ice would melt and so they'd have ice delivered like every day if they could afford it.
Yeah, they had like a drip basin underneath the old ice box. My uncle actually worked for an ice company for a while, and he had the big old ice tongs,
Oh
and
yeah.
he would carry like 40-pound blocks of ice up like 5, 6, 7 flights of stairs to
Oh
people's
my god.
apartments.
Mr. Sadie says no extra gas cartridges with that second nail gun, Todd.
Uh, no, it didn't have any gas cartridges. It had a box of nails with it, but that's it.
Yeah, that is really weird times lag where, like, you think of what you have now and you can you can do so many different jobs, but they take tools that people have invented, and and uh and machines that people have invented
Yeah,
to do that.
that's why canning was such a big thing during the like forever because you couldn't refrigerate. If you had a garden come in, you couldn't
Mhm.
refrigerate it because it wouldn't last.
Mhm.
Um, you couldn't freeze it because there was no such thing as a freezer.
Right. And most people didn't have money for deep freeze
And
or they didn't have one.
so if you had an abundance of crops in your garden that you didn't eat when it came in, you canned it
Yeah.
and get out the mason jars and put it down in the root cellar with the spider webs until it
Until
was
you
time to
needed it.
eat some of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, my grandma, she would wait until they got really good sales at the vegetable market and she'd go to the vegetable market certain times of the year and she did, peaches this year or peaches this time of the year and then green beans this time of the year. So I remember as a kid snapping peas, snap peas.
Yeah.
Snapping green beans, I should say. But yeah,
Yeah. Canning's a lot of work, but I mean, hey, you can have pretty much fresh vegetables all year if you're willing to put in the work.
yeah, those canned green beans were so good compared to, to getting a can off of the shelf at a store,
Yeah.
they were so much better.
But nowadays, I've got my squash coming up finally. If I get too much squash that we can't eat it all then, I cut it up and cook it and put it in freezer bags and shove it in the freezer, and it
Yeah,
lasts for like 6 months like that.
yeah. It might happen, lag. I'm sure that there's so much more technology that we haven't even, you know, we haven't even um got into yet, as far as, look at how much we progressed from, you know, uh even the 60s until today, and um, you know, throughout the years, people just keep inventing stuff and it just progresses us a little bit further. But
I
it
keep
seems like
thinking somebody will invent a home freeze dry machine.
a freeze dry machine,
Yeah, like you buy
dry
freeze
ice.
dried food at wherever,
Oh,
and
right.
it'll keep for 20 years freeze dried,
Mm-hmm.
and then you just reconstitute it with water.
Yeah.
I'm surprised somebody hasn't come out with a home freeze dry machine.
Yeah. You couldn't you flash freeze stuff at home though?
Mm,
As long as you had,
no, freeze dry or freezer won't. But then it's still got all of its water in it. The freeze dry machine takes out the water.
yeah. Hey there, Hank. Good to see you.
So yeah, back in the day, people had a smokehouse for the meats,
Yeah.
and that would make meats last for months, and then canning for all the vegetables.
Canned meat too.
Yeah, I've tried some canned meat that I've canned though, and it didn't taste very good after I'd canned it.
Like says they'll say those savages had to drive themselves. Yeah, probably. It's going good, Hank. How are you doing? Hope you had a good weekend. Mm. I got
Yeah, we
most of
don't.
my shipping done yesterday, so I didn't have to do that all night, but I still had like 3 to package last night, so.
I need to defrost my outdoor freezer too before I put anything else in it.
Oh, yeah, that's important too. After they are finished with genetic modification experiments and testing, they will know a way for people to live for 200 years. I don't know if I want to live for 200 years. I mean, that sounds that sounds difficult. I mean, you know how Todd knows, like with his mom, like she was, you know, she sounded like she was pretty busy and everything until she hurt herself, and then, she had to go into that home and all of that, and so it kind of slowed her down a little bit, I think. But um people, they get to where they're kind of just like over it. You know what I mean? Like this is the way we're doing it, and I don't want to hear nothing else. And if you have a problem with it, you can go do something else.
So no, I just looked. The same guy that made me the offer on that veterans book is also the one that bought it.
Oh,
I sent him a counter offer of $20, and then he went and paid full price 25 to buy it.
well, Well, good on him.
That's weird. Probably some old geezer like me that don't know how to work eBay.
Maybe, maybe. I swear they need like an eBay um like a tour. They need a beginner's tour so it can show them like all the places to look. If you're looking at something to buy, make sure you look at all the pictures. Make sure you look at the condition to see if it's used or new. If it's used, make sure you look in the condition to see if there's something written there because it may say this shirt is missing two buttons and you will have to repair. And then, they don't even read that and get it back or, they get it and they're like, well, I wouldn't have bought this shirt without two buttons. And it's like, it's right there in the listing. People people list stuff with flaws all the time. So, they can figure out how much shipping is going to cost before they they even buy it, you know.
Yeah, like old Methuselah, he lived to be 970 or something.
I think people used to sleep more than what they do now.
Well, I think God just made people live longer back then because he needed to populate the earth.
Well, it's very possible.
Like after Adam and Eve, there's only, Adam and Eve, there's only two people. So he had this whole world created he needed to populate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Abraham's wife had Isaac, and she was 90 something when she had Isaac.
Right. Yeah.
I think Isaac. Yeah,
Yeah.
how'd you like to be 93 or 4 years old and toting a baby around?
There's no way.
But she probably lived to be
My grandma,
250 or something.
my grandma had her last child. I think she was 49 when she had her last child. That's that's kind of old,
Yeah.
getting into your, next year you're going to be 50 and you just had a kid. Yeah. So by the time they're 20, you're 70.
Mm-hmm.
I remember going to school with the girl that her parents were in we were in high school, like freshman year, and her parents were in their 60s. And that was a little bit on the older side for
That's not a Nissa.
well, nowadays, women get that second wind, in their after menopause.
Second wind.
hmm There's a lot of old stories that don't add up. Well, that's true. But, it's like the neighborhood game. Like I tell you something and then you take that and you tell somebody else something and it's not the
Yeah.
same thing I told you.
Well, the Bible is supposed to be the inspired word of God, so
Well, this is true,
you're
but
kind of supposed to believe those stories.
it's coming from several different people though.
Did Samson really kill 1,000 people with a jawbone of an ass?
I don't know.
He must have, 'cause it's written right there.
Well, yeah,
We're in a mixed market.
man.
The Dow Jones is down a little bit, and the Standard & Poor's is up just barely.
Mm,
You see that little flashing reflection coming off right there?
yeah,
Is that coming out of my camera, or is that
yeah.
coming out of the?
It's coming out of your phone.
What does it do? Take pictures
Wait,
of
wait,
me
wait.
while I'm using my phone?
I don't know. Probably.
Is it coming out of my video camera?
No. Wait, oh, wait.
I don't see it now.
Wait a second.
It only does it when
When you're.
it must be coming out of my phone because it only does it when I'm. Yeah.
Oh, see, yeah, right
What
there.
is that? I can't. You can't see it with your naked eye when you're
It
looking at it.
kind of looks like.
But I can see it through when I put it up to the camera. What
It
is
kind of
that?
looks like your camera
Our,
is
our phones
spying
spy
on
on
you.
us?
Yeah.
Look, just
Or,
like every few seconds there's a look. See, there it goes.
yeah.
What is
Yeah.
that?
I don't know.
It quit doing it. Oh, because the screen went down. Now it's, look,
Right. Yeah, I think it's
there.
maybe your motion thing for your, to for the screen. Like maybe that has to be on for your screen to do something.
I don't know.
Lag says you weren't
That's what
supposed to see that. Hey there, Jennifer. Good to see ya.
I wonder if they're like taking a picture every 3 seconds that you're using your phone. Where where would be the server that could store all those pictures of everybody's phones in the world?
Google.
I don't think their server's
Hmm,
that big.
it is.
Hi,
Like
Jennifer.
Google is big enough to hold all of the locations that I go to. I didn't even know that it was monitoring it, but I was looking on oh, I was looking for a thrift store in another city, and when I put in like where, like the map or whatever of where it's at or what street it's on, it brought me up a whole list of locations that I have been to. So with my phone, they're monitoring where I'm going.
Isn't that cool?
And so, like, I mean, I'm going to use it to my freaking advantage because, um, like, instead of writing down um, mileages and stuff, I'm just going to use that.
Hmm.
But I mean, it monitors every place that I go with my phone. So it's kind of weird.
So,
Arizona?
y'all get these messages? eBay sent me a message saying, you can get a loan from us.
Yes,
I don't
all
want your
the time.
loan. Quit bugging me.
Yeah, I
You
don't
get
want to owe
those?
you more money than I already do.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not complaining about, spending money on eBay because I think they're a great site and I think that their fees are very tolerable compared to other places and, with the traffic that you get. And so I don't want to be having uh, my own website or anything like that and be responsible for, funneling my own traffic. So I'm happy with paying those fees. But
If you talk about gold or Bitcoin too much, it gives you one of those blinking lights. I don't talk about Bitcoin much, but I
they
do
think
talk
you're
about gold some. Yeah.
they think you're too rich, and so they're gonna find some way to make you
Too
spend that.
rich. Be nice to be too rich. Social Security Administration thinks I'm too rich.
Yeah.
They cut my payments this January.
Oh my gosh, that's
They
horrible.
flat out said, you make too much money. we're lowering the amount you get from Social Security. I'm like,
Wow.
you friggin' rack snacking crap and rack frickin'. They didn't
Well,
pay me much anyway, but it's just the point of the deal. It's you're
at least you're
lowering.
getting it. There probably won't be any when I get that old. You know what I mean? It's coming down to that.
People been
Where
saying that for 40 years.
they're not gonna have enough left.
The U.S. will just go further into debt and keep Social Security going.
Probably. Do you see that thing that says that they want to send a weekly stimulus gas check?
I think I heard that somewhere.
Yeah.
That's just stupid.
Mm-hmm. They should tie Social Security and minimum wage together. Then everyone gets a raise at the same time. Yeah, for sure. I know, right, Anissa?
What does that mean?
Give me a fucking break.
Oh,
I knew I didn't know what that meant, but I I got it. Because I expected she would say something. But yeah, I think it's crazy.
yeah.
You know?
BINGO. What does that stand for? Bingo?
Yeah, go with the name of.
Man,
I had a dog named Mingo when I was a kid.
really?
Yeah, she was a little Chihuahua, and when I got her when I was, I think I was like 5 or 6. I was little, but I begged for her. She was there's these people giving out puppies at a yard sale, and my dad stopped with all of us kids, and it was my I think it was my birthday, and I I wanted this dog so bad, and it was a little puppy, and I cried, and we left the yard sale, and I was crying, and I was like, Dad, I really want it. And he turned around and went and got it for me. But when she would wag her tail, she had a spot on the end of her tail, a white spot. And I said, well, it looks like she won bingo. And she's waving, I won bingo. So that's why we named her Bingo. She's a cute little dog.
Hmm.
How are we going to support 1,000 coming over here every day for free stuff?
Oh, it's crazy. One of my
Yeah.
neighbors, I was talking to him at the post office, and she was saying how her daughter's married now, lives on a ranch in South Texas near the border, and a luxury bus had pulled over to the side of the road, so the rancher, right by the ranch, so the rancher went out and asked him what they were doing,
Mm-hmm.
and the bus was full of illegal aliens,
Oh God.
and I don't know where they were taking them, but they had given every single person on that bus a check for $3,600.
Wow.
And so families are bringing over 6 or 7 kids with them, and
Oh.
each one was getting a check. The kids and the adults.
Yeah.
And then They fed them and housed them. I guess they eventually went through processing of some kind. Isn't that crazy? They just gave them $3,600 a piece. And the bus was kind of a luxury bus. It wasn't just a Greyhound or something. Yeah, nobody knows about that, she said.
Hmm. That's pretty crazy. But I've heard of that too. Of people just like people unpiling off of a bus in like a random parking lot, and they're they're like looking for a place to rent and all that. Yeah, $3,600 isn't really a lot of money, especially when you have to, if you have rent for 700 and you have to have first and last and sometimes deposit, or sometimes that counts as,
Yep.
you know, but still that's a lot of money.
And during the Clinton years, every one of those children gets a free education in Texas through high school.
Yeah.
And there were school districts close to the border that couldn't afford it. They had to revamp the Texas school funding because the local taxpayer base couldn't support all the illegals that came in for education.
And
And we have to teach them English, and we have to teach them,
yeah,
yeah.
they're going to have to have a they're going to have to hire more teachers,
I took it out of my check. Yeah, they did.
or they'll just stick them in a classroom with English speaking children, and because that's what they did to my kids. Like my kids were in a classroom, um, but all the Spanish speaking only kids were moved all the way to the front, and the teacher spoke English and Spanish all day long, and it was horrible. And my kids learned nothing when they were in that school, and that was in California. Most places in California are way over classroom population, and mostly for that reason, because they can't usually don't have like an what are they called, ESL, or um, it's like second English second for the second language, or English as a second language, or something like that. Um,
Yeah. And the school districts I worked at all had really, really good, caring people that worked the English second language program. So
mhm.
those kids pretty much all made it. They got their education, and some of
I
them
mean,
went on
that's
to
good.
college and military and workforce. But
That's good. And you know what? The United States is a diverse place, and I think you know it's we're all from other places. It's not ours to say, well, um, you guys can't come over here anymore because you don't belong here. This is not your country.
yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
but
at least a fourth of my Facebook friends that are previous students were illegal aliens at one time.
yeah,
At least a fourth. If they weren't, then their parents were.
yeah. That's a good question, Anessa, because you know, we are. I think we're oversaturated, but especially with being able to not being able to have enough teachers in the schools and enough schools being built, and then you have, all these kids come over from other countries and stuff, and it kind of puts a big strain on the whole country, because
Yep.
there's kids that aren't going to learn because they're being taught in English and Spanish, or you know, they're not able to have extra help or whatever because there's too many kids.
All right. Before we end the show, I want to announce that Gwen's going on a business conference, and I'm taking her to the airport tomorrow.
Okay.
So I won't be doing the show tomorrow.
Okay. Well, I'll do
I'll
it
be
then.
back for Wednesday, and then on Thursday, I'm going to go join her. I'm going to go get on a plane and
Oh,
go
you know what?
for the
Then,
rest of the week.
then you know what? We'll just take tomorrow off because I'm going. I'm going somewhere tomorrow too.
No show
So
tomorrow.
yeah, no show tomorrow.
What's Mike going to do without us? He'll probably curl up in a ball in a fetal position and cry.
Probably go and find a bunch of stuff at the thrift store like he
Probably.
does every day.
Yeah. Thanks,
Okay.
Anissa. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to be horrible. The conference is in Orlando. So
Oh my gosh.
we're packing up, and
You're not going with?
and I'm going down Thursday.
Oh, fun.
So I'll be here Wednesday, but that'll be it for this week.
Okay.
I'll be back on Wednesday, so
I just you're too funny.
Lag's gonna have to troll a different chat.
Let me put my Patreon on here.
Bull crap, I pay good money for this show. I wonder if I could do the show on the road, going dropping Gwen off at Dallas Fort Worth Airport and then driving home. I'd probably have a
Probably,
wreck if I tried to do the show out of my car.
but I'm not gonna be here, so. But you would probably have to start it. If you ever wanted to do something like that, you'd probably have to start it on your computer, and then once you got it going, then you could you could just log in on your phone
Yeah.
and continue it.
Yeah, we're going to Universal Harry Potter World or something like that.
Ooh, nice.
I can't believe how much those tickets cost. I'm like
Yeah.
in shell shock.
How much are they now?
I don't know, like $30,000 or something. They're expensive.
Like 200 a piece?
Yes.
300 a piece?
Yeah, and then if you want the line jumper pass,
Mm-hmm.
that's as much as the park ticket.
Yes.
And if you don't have the line jumper pass, some of the lines can be like an hour long.
Yes.
So you're like, if you're only going to the park for one day and you go to 5 rides, you spent 5 hours just waiting in lines.
This is true. I
It's
would buy
loaded, no
I
problem.
would buy the line jumper pass. You have it. You have the money. You need to spend it.
So I think the fancy tickets are like $400
Hmm.
for one day. I'm like, God,
Yeah. Cough it up.
that's a quarter ounce of gold I just spent going to
Well,
a
you're
theme
just
park.
gonna have to sell some stuff.
And that's just one person. We're taking David and his wife Jan
Oh,
too.
nice. Lots
So
of
we're
fun.
out nearly $2,000 for theme park tickets, and I'm like, crap.
Mhm. Well, that's
Anyway,
fun.
I think I'll take bags of freeze-dried food so we don't have to pay for restaurants while we're there.
Oh my God. Yeah. I can't see you doing that, but okay.
Yeah, probably not.
All right, so no show tomorrow, and we will see you back here on Wednesday on Todd's channel. And y'all have a good day.